What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. I sound terrible. Wow. So I was going to sit down today and film a video where I did a full face of first impressions, but I have been sick for a few days and there is just no way in holy hell that I am putting a whole face of makeup on this face, because as soon as I blow my nose, it's just gonna come off. My eyes keep watering, I keep sneezing, my lashes are just gonna fly across the room, and quite frankly, I feel like I got hit with an entire dump truck of dicks. But I'm gonna be traveling a lot this week and I'm not gonna be home to do a lot of filming on the days that I normally would. So I didn't want to get behind and I wanted to make sure I got a video out for you guys. So I figured I'd sit down and do a quick video about like what products I use when I need like one of those real like self-care, skincare me days, because clearly this is what I need right now. So I guess we're doing like a little bit of a self-care Sunday. It's not gonna be posted on Sunday, but I'm doing it on Sunday, so that counts for something, I'm sure. And I do have some very specific products that I tend to reach for on days where I'm either like really tired or I just really need to take care of myself or I'm sick, like today. So I figured I would share those with you guys. Some of them are things that I've shown you on this channel before, but not all of you have seen that, and a few of them are new too. So before we get started on this video, if you're not subscribed, please go ahead and do so and hit that notification bell, because basically that's what you gotta do nowadays to make sure you know when my videos go up anyway. And also give this video a thumbs up if you don't mind taking a second, because that would really help me out. I would super appreciate it, and really, to be honest, I just need all the help I can get today. So if you want to see all the stuff that I use when I'm on the struggle bus, keep on watching. One product that I always reach for when I'm not feeling well, and this does not really strike me as something that is like super intuitive for people to know that like you might need something like this when you're not feeling well, is a lip scrub. And I like to choose something that's really intensely scrubby when I'm sick. Being sick in general really dries you out, but if you are taking cold medicine, that stuff dehydrates the bejesus out of you. So you're kind of being sucked dry from the inside out, so your lips are going to suffer the consequences of that. This is actually a product that I reach for on my little self-care days, regardless of whether I'm sick or not. This is the LUSH lip scrub. This is one of their Christmas flavors. They have different flavors for all different times of the year. This one just happens to be the one that I still have around. The reason that I particularly like the LUSH lip scrubs is because they're fairly natural and you can like eat the leftovers that are on your lips. I know this sounds so fucking stupid, but the thing is, when I put a lip scrub on and it leaves like little granules everywhere, I can't get them off. Like that actually goes for any scrub. Like if there's a scrub that I do on my face and it leaves little particles, it drives me crazy. I don't like that feeling at all. So the fact that the little particles are just sugar and I could go and eat them all up and they're gone makes it that much better in my opinion. Usually I just scoop a little bit out on the backside of my nail so I don't dig my big nasty disgusting dirty fingernail, and I just put it on and scrub that shit in. Once all the dryness is scrubbed off of the lips, I like to go in with my favorite hydrating balm of all time. If you guys have spent any time here on my channel at all, you should know how much I love this stuff. This is the Lucas's PAPAW ointment. They're an Australian product, but you can find them on Amazon. This is like every makeup artist's behind the scenes secret trick for like making sure that people don't have crusty lips before you apply lipstick. I just use like a small tiny amount like that. And this stuff has like papaya enzymes in it and it's fermented, which apparently means that it just basically like lifts away and eats away the dead skin cells on like the surface of your skin. But basically it leaves your lips like super duper soft and really helps heal things up if you are feeling chapped. But also I just use this for like regular everyday use. Like I use it before I go to bed and stuff just to maintain my lips. So highly recommend that one. All right, next on the agenda, absolute necessity if you are going to be taking care of you for the day. If you're having a moment for yourself, you gotta have a sheet mask. Sheet masks just make everything better. I like to make sure I clip my hair out of the way before I put any sheet masks on, because I don't like when the goo gets in my my baby hairs and stuff, so I try to get them away from my face as much as I can. One of the sheet masks that I continually go back to over and over again is the Too Cool for School Egg Cream Hydration Mask. I actually talked about this in a favorites video before, but it's like it really is my go-to. I never really use any other sheet masks other than this, unless for some reason like I'm given some to try, and then I usually just try them out of curiosity. But like if I go buy myself a sheet mask, almost 100% of the time it's these. I'm just gonna go ahead and apply this right now, right here, right now. And while this is sitting on my face, I am going to go procure myself a hot cup of tea with a shitload of honey in it, because there is nothing better on a self-care type of a day than a soothing, sweet, honey-filled cup of warm tea. And I'm also hoping that maybe it makes my voice sound a little more normal for the rest of this video. The tea that I made today was the Trader Joe's Berries and Cherries tea. Usually when I'm having like a relaxing Sunday, I try to avoid things with caffeine in them, because usually I have like 2 or 3 cups of coffee in the morning. So if I'm adding more caffeine on top of that, the shit's not gonna be relaxing. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be all amped up. It's really hot still. So good. One more quick note about the masks. These tend to have a lot of juice. I don't know what else to call it, juice. I called my brow pomade juicy the other day and you guys made fun of me, but this is juicy too. I like to take some of the extra mask juice that's in the package and spread it down my neck, because first of all, why waste any of this beautiful serum that we paid good money for? And also because I don't want to have an old lady neck. So I always recommend to people, when you use a sheet mask, just take that extra serum and spread it down your gobblers. All right, time to remove this one. Surprisingly, my eyebrows kind of stayed on. I forgot that I put brows on this morning, whoops. I like to kind of just massage the juice from this mask into my face to make sure that it kind of just all gets in there. You're not supposed to rinse this mask. I don't think you're really supposed to rinse any sheet masks, to be honest. And from that mask, I like to jump right into another mask. And I know that sounds a little bit excessive, but today is about you, okay? Today, you're gonna do all of the masks that your skin desires. And for me, I find when I do both of these masks in a row, it really gives me like super hydration, really soothing, and my skin is just really thankful the next day. And so I do it, even if it's a little bit excessive. So the next one that I usually go for is the Summer Fridays Jet Lag mask. You guys have probably seen this before on my channel because I did a whole first impression on it when I bought it because it was super hyped up. I will leave a link to it right here if you haven't seen that review yet, but spoiler alert, I really like it. Basically, this is just like a cream mask. It almost seems like a super duper thick moisturizer when you put it on. It doesn't take much to cover your whole face, and this is a mask that you can take up right onto your immediate eye area, which is really rare. Like most masks that aren't specifically made for your eyes, you can't put them near your eye area because your eyes are too sensitive. The skin there is really thin, so you really have to treat it delicately. But I find that it really helps to plump everything up, to hydrate my eyelids, kind of make everything look a little bit more back to life. And I don't know if this is just a placebo effect, but when I have a little bit of a dark circle situation going on, I also feel like putting this on sort of brightens everything back up. I don't know if it's just like bringing circulation back to the area or something, because it does have like a little bit of a minty tingle to it. But whatever it is, this mask really makes me feel like refreshed and like, I don't know, just like a total reset of my skin when I put it on. I'm just gonna leave this on for the 10 minutes that they recommend and finish my tea, and then we'll be right back. I'm gonna sneeze now. Okay, so with this particular mask, you can either dab it off of your skin after 10 minutes or just let it stay on your skin forever if you want to. You don't actually have to wash this off. Today, I'm gonna go ahead and dab it off like they recommend on the packaging, because I am going to be following this up with another product that I've been really enjoying lately, and something that I feel like for a skincare day, for a self-care day, is really like calming to my skin. These are the Dr. JART Tiger Grass Camo Drops. To me, this seems like a serum, but they refer to it as a solution, which I guess is fair because it's like a little bit more liquidy than a serum, but it is packaged like a serum and you use it very similarly. And these are like these really milky green drops, but when you rub the drops in, they kind of just melt in and become your skin color. I'm pretty sure that's why they call them camo drops. So I find that when I use this, it's really calming and hydrating on my skin, but it's also like really good for getting rid of any redness, which I desperately need a little bit of help with right now because like around my nose from blowing it a lot. I find that it's like almost as if you put makeup on your skin because it's like that calming. Like it takes away so much redness that it makes you look almost like you're a little bit made up, or like at least like you put yourself together a little bit, which for me, like on days where I'm not going anywhere or days where I don't feel well, I'm not somebody who has to put makeup on every day. I'm totally cool with having a completely makeup free day, even if I go out of the house. Like I don't really care. But sometimes also when I don't feel well, especially if I can just make myself look a little bit healthier, I find that I can trick myself into feeling a little bit healthier. And that sounds crazy, but the brain is a powerful thing, okay? Perception really is reality sometimes. So typically for people's self-care routines, it usually includes some sort of a bath. And trust me, I like a bath as much as the next person, but I don't like a bath when I'm not feeling well. Something about really hot water when my body already feels hot from feeling sick just makes me feel worse, and I avoid it at all costs. But on my regular self-care days, my self-care Sundays, whatever you want to call them, I do have some very specific products that I like for the bath. Some of them I'm actually out of, but I will put a picture of it up here on the screen. And this is probably the most important part of my bath, and that is Epsom salt. So Epsom salt is good for your skin. It's good for your muscles. Basically, it's just magnesium, which is excellent for a lot of things, but it also just helps your body relax. Just generally speaking, it's a really, really, really helpful mineral, especially if you are trying to like relax and be more calm and like really treat yourself right for the day. It also has some anti-inflammatory properties, so if you have any like razor burn or like rash or anything on your skin, it helps calm that. Generally, it's just really awesome. Personally, I like the specific brand Dr. TEALS because I like the reclosable bag that they come in. I also like that they come in various different scents that are infused with essential oils. Personally, my favorite is lavender. I think they have a green tea eucalyptus one that I've liked a lot as well. Personally, I usually find them at Target and I just pick up whichever one suits my fancy at the moment, but usually the one I always keep going back to is lavender because it's fucking relaxing, you know what I mean? And I don't like to take a bath unless there are bubbles in it, okay? And let me tell you why. Because it is not relaxing for me to look down into the water and see all of the odd shapes that my titties and my stomach and my parts are all taking under the water and mashing up together. That's not relaxing to me. So if I could just like cover the whole water and avoid that weirdness in the bath with the bubbles, I'm gonna feel a lot better about it. I also find that if you get the right bubble bath, that it can actually add a lot to the skin enhancing part of your bath routine as well. I prefer the SHEA Moisture Olive and Green Tea Bath with Avocado. This is also an ultra moisturizing body wash. Personally, for me, I find that this is a little too thick as a body wash because it takes a really long time to wash off because it really is that thick. It's like really, really viscous. This one smells like really fresh green tea and also maybe like a little bit of fruity. I don't really smell any olive in it whatsoever, but I think the olive is just like a subtle amount of olive oil that they use in there. But not only do I find that that gives a really, really rich lather to the bath, but I also find that it makes my skin feel so soft and moisturized after the bath, and also the scent of it really lingers on my skin and makes me feel really, really fresh and clean and just smells really good for a really long time. And finally, the last thing that I do when I'm having a self-care day is I like to set aside an amount of time for me to put away my computer and my phone and just read a book. And personally for me, the way that this is best executed is I have a little area in my bedroom. It's like a little nook that I have filled with pillows and cute things. I will show you guys what it looks like. I have made a rule in my mind where that's a spot in my house where I don't check social media, I don't work, I don't do anything that might increase my stress levels at all. When I sit down there in that little nook, that is where I can read a book, I can meditate, whatever it is that I'm doing to relax, I can do it in there. Oh, sometimes I take I have like those mandala coloring books. I do those in that space. Essentially, that's where I go to disconnect from the world. Now, I kind of break my own rule a little bit sometimes because a lot of the books that I read, I download them onto my phone. But the second that I step my little butt into that space and sit down, the phone goes on airplane mode and I read only in airplane mode. Nobody's gonna bother me when I'm in that nook. And I think that's really important to do when you do like a little self-care day like this, because I think that a lot of us don't realize the amount of energy that we spend on looking at our phones and our computers. Like, honestly, just think about it for a second. Like, how many times have you just sat around for a while and done nothing but look at your phone or look at your computer or like scroll social media, and you still come out on the other end having done nothing else and feeling exhausted? It's because it takes a lot of this, you know what I'm saying? A lot of things to take in every day, and sometimes you really need to unplug. So really, that's like my biggest thing for self-care days before anything else, is you gotta have time where you're just to yourself. Currently, I don't really have any books that I'm absolutely dying to tell you guys about. I'm kind of like in a position where I'm in the middle of a bunch of books, so I don't really have any that I can highly recommend or know that I like love for you guys. But I will say that when I'm trying to relax, I do like to read something fiction-based, because I find that reading fiction brings me away from my own thoughts and like puts me into a different headspace, and that's much more relaxing than, say, reading something that I am going to apply to my own life. Because when I sit there and I read things that I'm going to apply to my own life, I wind up thinking about my life and how I'm going to apply those things, and it's just a completely different experience. Especially something really dense and descriptive usually brings me to a very relaxed place, and it's like if I read before bed, always fiction. Right now, I'm actually rereading the Game of Thrones series. I am almost finished with my second time reading book 1. I've read the entire series before, and also the 2 prequels that are based on Sir Duncan the Tall, which happened like 200 years before the actual Game of Thrones series started. And I'm waiting for the last book to come out. So in the meantime, I think I'm gonna go back through them because they are dense enough that I don't remember a lot of the small details. So that is what I am currently reading. If you guys have any really awesome fiction that you would like to recommend me, please leave it in a comment down below, because I would love recommendations. I've been in like a total rut with that stuff before. I think that's it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sorry that I didn't have a makeup based video for you guys today. I just couldn't do it. There was just no way. There was just no way. And I don't want to give you guys like a half-assed, sneezed off makeup look just for the sake of putting one out there, because that's pretty lame. So I figured this might be helpful to some of you, and maybe that you guys needed some recommendations for this type of a thing. If you guys have any sheet masks or bath stuff or whatever that you love to use when you do a self-care day, please let me know about that down below as well too, because I am always open to suggestions about that kind of stuff because I love it. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, because that always really helps me out and I super duper appreciate it, and I super duper appreciate all of you for watching, always. Also, do not forget to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, because I would love to have you stick around. Normally, I swear to God, if you're not subscribed and you're new here, I don't always sound like this, I swear. If you want to keep up with me between videos, go ahead and follow me on the rest of my social media. I'm at Msquinnface pretty much across the board, but mostly I'm active on Instagram and Twitter, so if you want to come find me over there, that'll be listed here and also in the description down below. I get a little bit more creative over on Instagram. I do a lot of lip art and stuff. It's pretty fun. Come say hi. Come tell me you found me on YouTube. That's about all the voice I've got left in this box. That sounds bad. I'm gonna go take my own advice and lay down in my nook and read a book. I hope you guys have a great week, and I will see you in the next one.